The world's greatest drummer, ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Rich.
Hey guys, welcome to episode number 3 of From the Ground Up. This episode, I'm going to show how to install a Jumpbug config and how to use that Jumpbug config in your games. On top of that, I'm really going to be explaining a lot of the specifics of Jumpbugs, like how they work, why you might be missing Jumpbugs in your games, and what are some of the prerequisites for hitting a Jumpbug. Anyways, let's get right into it. Alright guys, you knew it was coming. First thing you gotta do is join the Discord server. Then come up here to config and download the most recent config I have posted. Now, once you have that done, open up Steam, go to Counter-Strike 2 and right click it, go manage, browse local files, and from here you go game, CSGO, CFG, and this is where you want to be. Once we're here, go ahead and open up this RAR file and drag and drop both the movement and the auto exec into this folder. Before we get into a game, let's step into this auto exec for a second and set it up. Now, this is a very simple auto exec. All we really have is the Jumpbug bind, the alternate JB bind, and a bunch of other small stuff. All we want to worry about right now is this line right here. Bind O plus JB. All you want to do is change O to whatever key you want to use to Jumpbug. I use O because it's on my mouse, which I'm not going to explain right now. But use whatever key you'd like, preferably a mouse button, but realistically you can make do with whatever you have. Alright, the last thing we need to do is go back into the Discord, go to config, and copy these lines here. Then take these lines into Steam, right-click Counter-Strike 2, go to Properties, and paste all of that right into here. From there, we can X out of this, and go ahead and start the game. To do a jump bug, you want to hold crouch while you're falling, then right before you hit the ground, release crouch and jump at the exact same time. Now in CS2, you've only got about 1 server tick or 15.5 milliseconds on a 64 tick server to hit that timing. So why does this actually work? Well, crouching changes the size of your player model. When you uncrouch and jump at the exact moment you touch the ground, you basically confuse the game's landing check. For a split second, the game recognizes that you've touched the ground, but before it can apply fall damage, you're already back in the air. Since the landing never fully completes, neither does the fall damage. Think of it like interrupting an animation. The game starts to process your landing, but you cancel it before it finishes. No completed landing means no fall damage. So what does the config have to do with any of this? Well, all the config does is on the push of a button, it will uncrouch you and jump at the same time, eliminating that whole timing aspect. Now, you still have to hit the button at the exact time and be in a place where jump bugs are possible. So a couple common misconceptions about jump bugs. Jump bugs are not strictly height based. I know a lot of people talk about that and a lot of people think that. It's not strictly height based. Yes, there are some factors that will allow or disallow you to hit jump bugs based on the height you're falling from. For example, on very small drops. Now, on extremely short falls, you often can't jump bug because you don't spend enough time in the air for the landing sequence to line up correctly. And on much higher drops, though it's still possible to hit jump bugs, jumping from somewhere way higher, it is considerably more difficult. As you've gained so much speed before hitting the ground, catching that 1 tick timing is insanely difficult. Now, jump bugs are possible without a bind, but it's a lot more difficult because you got to get the timing perfect, and it just takes a whole lot of practice and finesse. It is much easier to just get the bind, learn the bind, and figure out all the locations. Last thing, you will often see me playing at 64 FPS. I do play on a 60Hz monitor, so it doesn't make a difference to me. I limit my FPS to 64 because it gets me better jump bugs. I don't necessarily know why this happens. I think being on a multiple of 64 definitely helps, and I'll show some side-by-side comparisons to that later. Anyways, let's keep it moving. So getting into a game, let's make sure our jump bug bind works. Quick note, Valve did break our Jumpbug mind while making this video. The fix is already posted. Just go in there. It's the same process to install. It's the same process for the new key. It's just a different looking bind. The only difference is you have to now be turning your mouse when hitting the bind for it to work. That's just the way they mess with multi-input binds. If you'd like me to explain more about that, leave it in the comments. I could explain in a different video or type it out somewhere. Anyways, let's make sure your bind works. Hold crouch, and without letting go of crouch through this whole experience, you want to turn your mouse and hit the bind. If you jump and uncrouch while you're still holding crouch, your bind is working. If not, go back into the video, make sure you installed everything. Make sure you drop those folders into the CFG and not into one of the folders in your CFG. Alright, the first jump bug I'm going to teach is the T-Roof to Lobby jump bug. This is the only jump bug I'm going to be doing an in-game voiceover for. The rest of the jump bugs, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to show you what they look like, do a quick little 1 to 2 minute segment on it, and move on. So this jump bug looks like this. First things first, you start on T-Roof at the back of this vent area here. Walk forward. Once you get to the end of this, jump, hold crouch, hit your jump bug bind anywhere in this area here. Now, you can hit this jump bug out here, over here. It'll hit anywhere. As you can see. Now, I actually time this jump bug through my strafes, meaning I go left, crouch, jump bug. That looks like this. I go left, crouch, jump bug. And it gets me a more consistent jump bug. It's not gonna ensure you hit it every time, but it's a good starting point. What does it look like if you're hitting it too early or too late? If I jump and I'm going for the jump bug and I hit the ground and I don't jump at all, I hit the bind way too early. If I'm going and I am jumping after I hit the ground, I'm hitting it too late. If you're b-hopping when you hit the ground instead of jump bugging, you hit it just a little bit too late. You're right there. Just tap it a bit earlier. There's no direct lineup. I could probably do the jump bug off of here. I could do it backwards off of here. There's no specific way to do it. So one more time. You start up here, run forward, jump off the end of this box, strafe 3 times, left, hold crouch, and then hit your jump bug bind right before hitting the ground. Alright, final tips and talking points of the video. Now listen, I know I showed a lot of different jump bugs in the video, and that was more just so down the line, if you want to progress more, you have the opportunity to. That doesn't mean you should be practicing all of these jump bugs. I highly recommend you start with the first jump bug I showed. Get that one down. That is probably going to be one of the more consistent jump bugs I've shown this video, so I can do nothing but recommend you get that one as down as you possibly can. Second thing, I don't really know where to go from here. I've showed the basics, I've showed the edge bugs, I've showed the jump bugs. If there's something you guys want to see, please tell me in the comments. I have no aversion to making whatever you guys want to see. My initial plan was really just to show more advanced routes as I went down with some specific tech I could teach. Now, if there's any specific tech you guys want to see, I could teach that tech and incorporate that tech into routes that I could then show you guys. Another thing, I am no professional. I may or may not have gotten one or two things wrong about jump bugs here. Jump bugs are a pretty complicated topic, especially when you get to the specifics about where you can hit jump bugs, why you can hit jump bugs in those certain places. I'm not really sure how it all works. My prime on knowing a lot of this stuff was kind of the later CSGO days, before CS2 came out. And man, CS2 just threw us for a whirl. Now, with that being said, if you guys are very interested in a lot of the specifics about how this shit works, why this stuff works, let me know, bro. I've got no aversion to getting down and dirty with all this tech. Very last thing, thank you for all the positive comments I got on my previous videos. And honestly, I've gotten absolutely nothing but positivity. There has been 0 hate comments on any of my videos. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tune in for next video, whatever topic that may be, and have a great day. Oh yeah, go join Nuke Salad Club. Link is in the description.